Hey guys, what's up? Adrian here from Launch TV, along with Aidan from Dreamport Productions. If you guys don't know, we are the Barrel House Boys podcast. I think I said that correctly.
Yes,
All
podcast.
right. But yeah, it's a lot of words thrown into one. We might abbreviate to like Barrel House every now and then, but we're your Barrel House Boys. We're here to give you all the content you need when it comes to theme parks, scary stuff, and well, almost everything in between.
Yes. This is the second episode. Last episode, we talked about what could be coming or what is coming, I guess, for 2024 when it comes to the major theme parks. So Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland. Did we talk about Lego? I think we did talk about Legoland.
I don't think we did. I think we planned to talk about Legoland, but then we realized how long the video was going and we didn't.
Mm. um, no, for sure. Um,
One second. Sorry.
yeah. So last episode we talked about what's coming in 2024. In this episode, we're more gonna stick to one park, one resort. Ignore Lost. Universal Orlando. What's going on at Universal Orlando right now? What's coming in the near future? And what's coming in, I guess, the farther future with Epic Universe? Because we just got a big announcement for Epic Universe, including lands and attractions and concept art and all that awesome stuff. So we're going to talk about all that because it's been a while since we've done an episode and a lot has happened. In typical Universal fashion, there's always stuff happening with Universal. I feel like it nowadays. So,
I find it
um,
funny. We finished our podcast, episode one, and like 3 days later, they were like, hey, you know that park you guys were gonna really talk about in episode one? Yeah, well, we're gonna release a lot of information about it. So
hmm,
Universal just
you
knows.
know,
They were watching the pod. They were like, you know what? Let's give the boys something to talk about.
yeah, they gave it. They're like, here, you have episode two. You're like, oh, what are we gonna do for episode two? We got you. Here it is on a silver platter.
Literally. But as you guys know,
Like,
we're trying to do this bi-weekly, which is why it's almost exactly 2 weeks to the day of when we put out the last podcast. Because I think as of filming, it's 12 days ago that our last video was uploaded.
yeah, yeah, I
So
believe so.
trying to keep that little like 2 week bi-weekly routine going, just to keep
Yeah,
everybody excited whenever a new Barrel House Boys episode drops.
yeah, that's where it's at. So, where do we want to start with like park stuff that's already in the park, or do we want to go into the Epic Universe? I feel like
I think
you do
Epic
want
is just there, right?
Epic.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like that's
yeah, let's talk about Epic. Everyone knows about it right now.
yeah.
It's big.
It's not like news, but we have a lot of thoughts, have a lot of opinions. Obviously, we talked about it last time when it wasn't really even a part of the topic. So it's probably going to happen in the future. Just talking about Epic as it pertains, because it's exciting. It's exciting to be a fan of Universal right now, especially with Epic. So
I think it's
with
a good time to
Epic,
be a fan of theme parks in general because things can
exact,
happen across. Look at Good Gravy
exactly. Good gravy. Good gravy episode when? When are we doing that one?
soon. We have a lot of random things planned, and you guys aren't ready for it. A
Yeah.
lot of things planned.
That's an Easter egg. You're gonna come back to this in like 6 months and be like,
Oh, that.
Leonardo DiCaprio whistle at the point at the screen to do that. So yeah, if you're just I just like Universal, we are gonna venture outside of that eventually. But for right now, we're sticking to Universal, sticking to Epic Universe. And so what did we get announced?
Um, Essentially, we got the name of all the lands,
Mhm. Yeah,
and we got a
all the
lot of details. All lands. Yeah, all five, technically.
five lands. Five five worlds, one epic universe. I don't know how it says it on the website, something like that.
Hold on. I'll go look at the website. Let's go look at the website.
Give the website.
It says five immersive
Five.
worlds, one amazing theme park.
They missed the chance to put epic in there. I feel like it's
I
too
feel like that
easy.
would have been redundant though. You know what I mean? Like they would have been like five epic worlds, one epic though.
No, five immersive worlds, one epic theme. I feel like immersive's good.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's more of an islands of adventure thing. Amazing. Anyway, this is semantics. Five lands. So we got Celestial Park, which we're going to dive into because that's what we got the most information on. We got the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, so the third chapter in the Wizarding World series at both Islands Adventure, Universal Studios, and now Epic Universe. And we got Dark Universe, which is one we're very, very hyped about. Super Nintendo World and How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. Oh my God, I almost forgot the last one.
Bingo.
Um, But those are the five that's coming official. We knew about it for a long time. It's saw construction and things that indicated what it could be, but now we know officially the names, we got logos, we got all kinds of stuff.
Everything, all the details
Um,
we need.
yeah, well, not all the details because
Well, for
the way they're
one
doing this
section.
rollout, yeah, for one section, the way they're doing this rollout is really interesting. So they're not gonna just spill the beans on everything right away. They're gonna drag it out, which is smart for them because they're like, here, we're gonna give you the gist of everything. We're gonna give you the baseline of this one land, and then we're gonna sprinkle more in the coming months before 2024, 2025, before the park opens. We're gonna sprinkle it all, and we'll give each one because I feel like if they would have just announced everything, stuff would have got lost in the
Yeah,
translation,
lost in the sauce.
lost in the sauce. So, so yeah, uh,
I feel
Celestial Park.
like a little bit of speculation per
Yes,
se. I feel like the
speculation.
way they have it set up on the website, how we have Celestial Park,
Hmm.
then Potter, then Super Nintendo, then How to Train Your Dragon, then Dark Universe. I think that's the way they're announcing things. I think
Mm,
because Celestial Park is the first thing up there and it has the information bar there. And then, of course, it follows like that. Now, of course, it probably won't go in that exact order, but that's just a little bit of maybe this will happen this way, maybe it won't. But hey, that's just
I'm
my
just looking at the website right now.
yeah. If you look at it, it's literally just
Yeah,
lined up just like that.
yeah. No, honestly, I think so. Here's my big speculation, and I've debated making this a video, and I might dive into this more specific because I feel like I see where you're coming from, but I feel like there's also like, for one, I think we're gonna get everything. Okay, let me ask you this before I say this. When do you think the preview center, which we are getting, Epic Universe Preview Center coming to Universal Orlando, likely City Walk? I don't know if it's been confirmed to be in City Walk, but it's very likely to be in City Walk if it's not already confirmed, but it is confirmed to be coming. When do you think we're going to be getting the Epic Universe Preview Center? Because I feel like everything has to be announced before then.
So I think we're gonna get an announcement a month, kind of thing.
Mm,
So we're gonna get February's announcement at the end of the month, March, April,
mm,
May, preview center in June.
mm. Or you could see maybe the last announcement tie in with the preview center. Like they kind of like whatever the last announcement is, and then we also open the preview center at the same time. Like
Yeah, that,
maybe like a week of each other.
that same time frame because at the end of the announcement they could be like, oh hey, and if you guys want to see the model used in this very video right here.
I need to see the model. I need to see. I want to live. Make me Beetlejuice style. Shrink me down. Put me in there. I need to see it. I need to live in the model. I'm
They
not
need to
playing
sell
around with
like
the model.
mini versions of the lands at like just for fun. I'd buy them.
They they have in Tokyo, I want to say they had a miniature Disneyland or like Disney World. Like they made miniatures of the parks, and it's really expensive to buy them because they made them a long time ago and they were only in again like the foreign parks. But imagine if you can get like a mini, even like a mini Islands of Adventure, like minis.
That or in general,
Please,
like
Universal, make it.
you know how the Universal has the little metal things that they sell?
Yeah.
Do that with the entrance gate.
Yeah. Or do them not where I have to put little tiny pieces. Like, let me like actually
Make it
have
al
like actual
have
pieces.
it already done. Have it already finished.
Not
So
even that, but just like have it be like actual plastic pieces, not like the metal. Because like those metal things scare me. I want to try them. I've
I feel
heard
like
they're
I'm
not
gonna
as
lose
hard
it.
as people say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they're not as hard as people say they are. But
We'll find out one day. Maybe we'll do it for a video.
we'll we'll do it. We'll do it on a live stream of just us like.
All right. Anyways, we've diverged way off the topic, but let's go back to Celestial Park now because
Celestial Park,
welcome
yes,
to our podcast. This is what we do,
yeah,
and if you enjoy this,
tangents.
subscribe. But the first thing we're going to talk about is Starfall Racers.
Mhm.
What is Starfall Racers?
So Starfall Racers is the park's biggest thrill coaster. It's the signature attraction of Celestial Park, but also I would say honestly the whole park at this point. From what we know, this is like the main thing that I feel like a lot of people are excited about. This is a dueling coaster. So not unlike a familiar dragon-themed coaster at Islands of Adventure that actually is going to race together. Not going to duel, but race together. And it's going to reach heights of with the website open. You have the website open, and I don't know the specifics, but it's going to be almost like the. It's almost going to be kind of be like the Velocicoaster. It's not as thrilling as the Velocicoaster, but it's going to be in the same kind of realm as the Velocicoaster. But I feel like it'll be in the vibe of the Velocicoaster. That's like the Velocicoaster is not scary, like super big and intense and intimidating. I feel like the Velocicoaster a little bit, but it has like this like smooth quality that feels kind of like graceful, if that makes any sense.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Like the
Just like the park
like
itself,
the
the park is
vibe.
to be graceful.
Yeah, it's graceful. And I feel like Starfall Racers is gonna also carry that vibe of like it's it's intense, but it's not like where you're gonna be
Well,
necessarily holding on for dear life, you
the height
know?
requirement's only 48 inches, so that's not too bad
Yeah.
in terms of other
Mhm.
coasters. But as for the stats that you asked for, that I have now gotten to,
Yes.
it's going to go up to
Yes.
62 miles per hour.
Mm.
Okay. It reaches heights of 133 feet, and the track length
Mm.
itself is 5,000 feet.
Mm. So this is a big footprint. This is a large coaster. I feel like I said, it's going to be the signature coaster, but I also feel like it's going to be just the biggest one in terms of size. Um, and it's dueling, but also they advertise this movement called the Celestial Spin, which is almost like the Mosasaurus roll from Velocicoaster for this ride, where it's like a signature inversion that so it's they're gonna kind of like spin together. If I'm getting this correct, they're gonna kind of like spin with each other, go like yeah, like corkscrew. We're doing demonstrations. We're
Yeah, we're
engineers doing demonstrations of roller coaster movements.
a
Um,
little bit like this.
so yeah, like yeah. I think that's actually closer, like where they
Yeah,
kind of like do this little movement, something like that. But that's gonna be sort of the signature, and it's all themed to like space, but not like in a great way that I love. It's not inside, so it's not like Space Mountain or Cosmic Rewind that's like, oh, big black building, here we go, we're flying through space. It's like, no, we're just doing space, and at night, no track lighting. The
at all.
lighting comes on the cars themselves.
Which
So you're
Universal's
flying.
been doing a lot of lately. I think it started with the Hulk. So the Hulk had the
Hmm.
lights in the front, and then Velocicoaster has the lighting on the ride vehicle itself as well. So it has that nice
Hmm.
blue track. And now this is going to also have the well, no, Hagrid's. Hagrid's has the
And
light. And what?
And Rocket. Doesn't Rocket have lighting too?
Oh yeah, Rocket has so
Kind
the
of a little
coaster with
bit.
Rocket. Rocket has the little like blue, red, yellow lights that are on the
Like
side of
rainbow light
yeah,
that
on the
on the
side,
side.
which I mean looks beautiful. I think these coasters look so nice at night. And the nice little touch of being able to get really nice pictures of this roller coaster at night is going to be fantastic.
Ooh.
Oh, can't wait.
I'm just excited to see what this ride looks like. We did get like an animatic, a concept rendering video, but they didn't show us the whole thing, obviously. But I just want to see how this ties into the greater theme of the land, which is something we're gonna definitely get into probably with the next attraction, which would be Constellation Carousel. It's like the only other big attraction. And now I'm not a coaster guy, like it's cool. I'll probably end up riding these one time if I like them maybe more. But like the carousel, now that's where I'm at.
I'll say it's not a roll, it's not a coaster.
No, carousel is not a coaster. Carousel is gonna be my speed because that is just a carousel. But it almost feels like don't judge me. It almost feels like it is a carousel meets like alien swirling saucers from Hollywood Studios, which I love that ride. Don't come at me.
I
I
love
love that ride.
me and Lexi make sure we ride that every time we go to studios. Like it's a great
It's
ride. If you don't like it, you're probably not having a good time. You're probably
that
being too
is
judgmental.
that is a vibe ride. That's what I like to call a vibe ride, where it's like, no, it's the most thrilling. No, I don't like straight up spinny like teacup rides or like Storm Force if we're talking Universal. Like I don't like those kind of just straight up. But this one has like a weird like motion around it. Like it's cool. Anyway, Carousel. It's gonna kind of blend those two ideas. I don't want to start talking about other rides.
Yeah.
Carousel is kind of blending those two ideas with sort of this. zodiac theme, right? Like animal. I almost like zodiac or constellation. I don't know. That might be carrying over. Maybe the Doctor Oddfellow has some influence here, but probably
I
not
like
at
that
all.
the on the carousel itself, the ride vehicle or the creature can turn 360.
Mm, exactly.
So it's kind of like a twist on the carousel. So carousel itself, it's a bunch of animals going in a circle and they go up and down.
Yeah.
This will be a
Yeah.
bunch of animals, same thing, going in a circle, but they also rotate. So like it's a different kind of vibe and it looks like it's really
Mhm.
fun. It's something that's kind of brand new in a way. So it's a nice test of this like technology.
Yeah, it's a new, and I think it's something that I love about this land, that it feels classic. I mean, it's not an IP. Like, should we say this? Celestial Park is not themed to any property. It's not themed to any movie or video game or anything. It is just themed to the sort of the cosmos and the universe and the world and all these like kind of like big ideas. But it comes down to the idea that it feels classic while also doing something new. And I think a lot of the land does this, where it has this like very old style feel of like Greek mythology or like, outer space and these things, but it does it in a new way. And I feel like the carousel as a concept, like as a ride, I mean, it's been around for like over 100 years. So how do we make a carousel interesting for a brand new theme park rather than just make it? And it's, I mean, this thing's huge. It's like more like the centerpiece of the land, like in
Yeah,
the middle of the
massive.
land. It's big. So very curious about, I mean, there's not much to say about it, but I do hope that because the cars turn 360, that we can get a decent view of the land from the ride or something, like from the sides of it. You won't, it's not like you're looking out on the land. Um, for that, you got to pay to go to one of the restaurants, but or the hotel. Anyway,
Hotel.
it's gonna be
But
it's
you
gonna be
said restaurant. Another thing
a
that we got
restaurant.
announced was a restaurant that kind of gives us vibes of something that closed last year. So it is
Mm,
Atlantic. So this is a full service restaurant. We don't know the menu yet, but I have to say this thing has my heart. Now it could just have my heart because of the name and
mm,
the thoughts that I have in my head, but it sounds fantastic just looking at it. And the fact that you're basically sitting on the water, like the restaurant is sitting on the water, and you can probably watch like a fountain show. Because I'm looking at the website now, and right across from the restaurant, there's like water fountains shooting up.
hmm.
So like that'd be beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's going to be a lot of water features. There was another attraction that we didn't really touch on called, oh my God, I don't even know what it's called.
I don't
Aquatopia.
think
No, Aquatopia is not
it
that.
didn't get announced, did it?
It did. They briefly touched on it. Basically, it's an elevated splash pad, so it's just like a big splash
Oh yeah,
pad with
yeah,
these
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
dancing fountains. But there's a lot of water features here. I can't believe I cannot remember the name. I'm sorry. I'm a bad Universal fan. But no, there's like plenty of water features across this land. So what you're saying, like the idea of a possible fountain show, like nighttime show, or just like a daytime. Like imagine if they did a almost like a. I mean, didn't they do for a while? They did a cinematic celebration during the day for a
Yeah.
while there.
So they did, but it wasn't like scheduled at any time. It just would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. It would just be random. They start doing music and they start shooting them up.
Yeah.
So the possibility of seeing that, and of course there's also this like really ornate feel to Atlantic. They said they're going to have these really intricately designed fish, sort of statuettes and decor lining, so it's obviously themed to the water. Atlantic, we're talking about Greek mythology, maybe Atlantis, maybe Poseidon
Maybe a trident.
and his fury. We need a drink of Poseidon's Fury. I'm sorry. We need that to be
Something.
the
Or
signature drink.
Taylor's Revenge. Give me Taylor's Revenge as a drink.
Taylor's Revenge. There's a bar. I believe the bar is called Aquaria. And so I'm like, okay, if you're gonna have a bar, you have to have Poseidon's Fury or Darkanon, like a Darkanon themed drink or something like that. Just some kind of nod. Feel like you kind of have to.
You
Because
can't not have it.
you have all the props, you have the fans love it. So like just give us some kind of Poseidon's Fury or a menu item or something like something. Just put it on there, even if it's like the most basic of fan service. We'll take it. I'll
Fact.
take it at least.
I think we'll both take it. And moving from that restaurant
It's-
to another restaurant, we have the Blue Dragon Pan Asian Restaurant. That's
Mm,
like a mouthful. I feel like a lot of people are just going to call this Blue Dragon.
yeah, I mean that's what I've been calling it.
But I mean, I like this
Or
because it's
BD.
not just any specific region of food. It's the
Mm,
entirety of Asia is basically getting represented here, which is also
that's
pretty,
awesome.
like, the lighting package in here is beautiful. Have you seen the
Hmm.
Tiger Bar?
The Tiger Bar. That's
Tiger Bar.
well, I like that because Universal's been dipping more into Asian food. We noticed with Mardi Gras this year, especially having a different places like Thailand and China and the Philippines and stuff like that. So they're dipping more into that region of the world, and I feel like that's kind of them. And they have that new booth in San Francisco that's all like Asian inspired food. That's all year round, outside of Fast and Furious. So it's like I think they're kind of dipping into that realm to see what could maybe work at a place like this. Obviously, it's going to be much different. This is not quick service food. This is full service as well. But I'm expecting a lot from this place in terms of it just seems like a very bold choice to put a full service Asian restaurant in a theme park. And that's really cool. And like you said, it's not specific. And the Tiger Bar, got to give me some cool drinks. Give Japan and China at Epcot a run for their money. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I feel like everyone runs to like the Japan Pavilion to get some really good food or some
Mhm.
really good drinks. This might be a great competitor for it.
Yeah,
But
for
I'm
sure.
excited to hear like when the menus come out for these to see exactly what's on the menu and see what
Hmm.
kind of food we're gonna have. And like you're saying, I really think they've been testing it out too for like the past few years now to see what they can
Hmm.
sell here. But who knows?
Yeah, just
And
I mean, they've just been elevating the food all around at Universal. I feel like for the past couple of years.
I feel like after the vid, everything ended up becoming more intense when it comes to here, try this. It's better than it was.
Hmm.
And the
For
last
sure.
thing that we got from Epic, right?
Yeah,
The very last thing, it's not anything big. It's the power up store, the one
Superstar Store.
superstore,
Superstar Store. Yeah,
like the superstar
Superstar Store.
parade,
No, sorry.
Nintendo Superstar Store. That's a lot of words that I cannot remember, even though it's super simple. I like the aesthetic of this as well. I like that there's a Mario fountain.
Hmm.
It reminds me a lot of Miss Piggy.
Yeah, Miss Piggy. Muppet Vision. Shout out to Muppet Vision.
That's a
Yeah. So
Muppet
the
Vision Easter
store's
egg.
it's Muppet Vision exactly. This whole park is gonna be having Easter eggs to Muppet Vision. I'm predicting it now. Um, hey, great Muppet movie ride concept was to do Frankenstein with Muppets. Dark Universe. I'm just saying, guys. Anyway, sidetrack. Superstar Store. So for those who don't know, this is essentially going to be your front of the park Nintendo store. So it's going to have all your Nintendo, not maybe all the merch, but like a good chunk of Nintendo World merch. And they've done this in Hollywood. I mean, they have like 5 or 6 Nintendo stores outside of Nintendo or Super Nintendo World. But this is going to have it's going to have a different aesthetic. Obviously, it's going to fit in with the theming of Celestial Park, fit in with that sort of antiquity. I love that the inside has like Princess Peach statues in the columns and has this like stained glass windows with all the characters on it. I think that's really cool. And I think yeah, I mean it's a gift shop. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of gift shops, and I'm sure they're going to need them because the merch is. I'm not ready for that one, but anyway.
It's
Um,
funny to me
also,
because, oh, sorry.
no, 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 go ahead.
The store itself reminds me, it's gonna sound really stupid, but it's not. It reminds me of the Shrek 4D gift shop on the inside.
Mm, I see where you're coming from. Like
Yeah.
the layout of it kind of does
Hmm.
remind me of it.
Yeah. Which
That's
I'm okay with that.
yeah,
Anything to call
exactly.
back.
Since we don't have that anymore. Exactly. I
But
feel like there's gonna be plenty of callbacks
there will
to
be.
across the park.
But in terms of Shrek, we can now go into
Shrek.
Universal itself and talk about something that you saw this week.
That's
Hmm.
right. I just saw yesterday, as of the recording of this video, Saturday. And yeah, the fact that DreamWorks is moving along. Like it is moving fast. They just dropped, I mean, last week for opening day. So we were at opening day of Mardi Gras. This was Saturday the 3rd. We noticed that were just putting out foliage on Shrek's house. I mean, they've been painting it for a while. Obviously, we've seen the structure outside of ET Adventure in the new DreamWorks land coming through Universal. Feel like I have to say that for people who don't know. DreamWorks is coming to Universal. I know because I've been in the park and they've been like, "What's this for?" And then the team members have to be like, "Hey, it's a DreamWorks thing," because it was just not. I feel like it kind of flew under the radar for people other than the fans, like other than the people who obviously pay attention. Anyway, Shrek's house started getting some foliage on the outside. If you know Shrek's house, you know it's a swamp, and you know there's like moss and greenery on the outside. They dropped some details for the Trolls roller coaster, replacing Woody Woodpecker. A spider. It's all themed to sort of the spider scene from, I believe, the first Trolls movie. But yesterday, I was walking by. I was like, "Oh, okay." We saw the infamous outhouse, Shrek's outhouse, appear, and it looks just like the movie. I'm waiting for him to pop out with some All Star in the background.
That's how it needs to come out for the meet and greets. If he doesn't come out that way, I'm gonna be a little upset. Just kick the door open.
Oh, I'm so mad that it's on like a second level because imagine that's how he comes out for the meet and greet.
Dude, that'll
Oh
be
my god.
like,
Now I'm kind of mad that that's not gonna probably not gonna happen because it's on a second story and from what it looks like in the concept art he's on the ground level. Man, why'd you even say that?
I'm sorry, everyone. I
I'm
broke
just-
your hearts.
um, but yeah, DreamWorks is moving along. I wonder if because DreamWorks has a big. I mean, obviously, I feel like you said How to Train Your Dragon was first on the Epic Universe list, right?
Yep.
Was that
Oh,
correct?
it's fourth. It's
Okay,
fourth. It's fourth.
fourth. Because what I'm thinking is okay. Imagine if maybe they don't follow the list, right? Whatever. March 8th, Kung Fu Panda 4 comes out, right? Big
Oh,
movie.
oh, I know where you're
How to
going.
Train Your Dragon is also announced for Epic Universe. DreamWorks Land details. We learn about what's coming. Like they do a whole DreamWorks month of
Oh,
just announcements
it's what we've
and
dreamed of.
spreading it out. Yeah, it's everything you dream of. Exactly. From DreamWorks.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we don't know much, obviously, as you can tell. We don't know much about what's officially coming. We don't have any attraction names or any like. We really only have that one piece of concept art that
Yeah.
only shows a little bit of
It
the
reminds me
land.
of like Epic Universe when we just had the one concept art, but now we
Oh, I'm
have.
so happy. I'm so happy I don't have that one picture to look at from 4 years ago.
I can now watch a video and go frame by frame and
I
enjoy
can
myself.
watch a video. There's this really beautiful piece that they showed in the video, and they don't have it like in HD anywhere. I had to screenshot it from the
I
video,
know what you're talking
but
about.
it's like this. It's like a plussed up version of the one we had with all the fog and the little characters flying around, dragons and stuff. Anyway, we're not on Epic Universe. We're on DreamWorks. DreamWorks. I gotta see what we gotta stay away from Epic Universe. Um, and so DreamWorks is moving along. I think we're gonna get it late summer. I think.
I believe it. I can see like July, August, maybe,
Hmm. For sure.
right
I
before
think the
Horror Nights.
time before Horror Nights. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, because they always want to bring people into the park before Horror Nights to see if they can like get a little more people into the park. But who knows? Universal likes to open a lot of their attractions in the summer too, maybe before spring
Mhm.
break. But I don't think this is going to open before spring break. But
No, I don't think so.
so we're looking at a time frame, in my opinion, between May and July. It's probably when it'll open.
I'm honestly thinking more June to August personally,
Okay.
just because I just think like to get it. I mean, to be honest, right? They've been sending out. I know they've been sending out auditions, and they've been moving around team members and trying to get an opening team ready. So like it's coming sooner rather than later. But I think based on what we're seeing there, we don't really know what's going on in the back area, and I mean there's not really any like crazy attractions, right? Because these are all pretty much overlays except for Shrek, which is pretty much built from the ground up.
Yeah.
All the rest of them are pretty much overlays of what we already had. So the theater is the same theater. The roller coaster is the same roller coaster. Curious George, or the former Curious George play area, is going to be the same land. It's not like they're building a dark ride back there or anything. So I could see this coming soon.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be an expansion in the near future where we do get a dark ride there.
Mm,
I don't know. I doubt it, but
Animal actors, I'm looking at you.
Animal Actor is just
Your
sitting there
time,
biting its
your,
nails.
Yeah, you're yeah, yeah. ET's like, listen,
Yeah.
Dad, Spielberg, he's got us. We got the protection here.
Daddy Spielberg got me here. I'm chilling.
Yeah. Animal actors, your days are numbered.
They're like,
Watch
I'm
out.
going to be the last remaining opening day attraction. That's a fact.
Say, hey, Hollywood, they were gone. Animal actors were evicted from there, so you don't have much time left. Um, but
But
moving over to I don't know I don't know what your next
you're good. I think we're going the same way. I think we're on the same wavelength. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go with what you were saying.
I wasn't on it.
Oh, you
Anyway,
weren't
like
on a wave. Okay.
I was gonna move to
Yeah. Same wave.
Hollywood. I
Oh, no, you
was
weren't
gonna
on.
move to no, we were not. We don't practice anything before we literally just come on and record this. Like we don't like we're like I mean last episode we had like a little list. I don't have any lists pulled up, so I don't know what you have cooking over there. But anyway, what's your wavelength?
No.
I've been talking.
I like where you're going better than where I was going.
Okay, I was going to Hollywood. I was going to talk about a couple things in Hollywood Boulevard, not Hollywood Park, Hollywood Boulevard, because Hollywood Park, it's not really our park. I'm talking about Universal Orlando. Hollywood Boulevard has a couple updates. One being we talked about the Monster Makeover last time. Apparently, there's a closing day for that. In April. April 7th was what I've read that now here's my guess, is because it's done by the people who do Horror Nights makeup, which I'm guessing maybe they might need them to get start getting practicing and getting ready for Horror Nights come May, June, July, and then because we're looking at possibly starting Horror Nights at the end of August this year. Possibly. We don't know that yet, but I mean, based on the way it's been playing out, that Friday is the end of August. So you figure give them a few months to sort of get to figure out. That's my guess of why it's ending. Or the more realistic option, maybe it's not doing that great. I don't know. Maybe that's just my personal. Maybe it's not hitting what they really wanted to hit, and they're like, okay, maybe this was always meant to be limited. Who knows? But Monster Makeover, April 7th. So if
Well, I just want to say
you
this.
want to get it done.
Last episode, I said I was gonna do this, and then I saw the prices, and I said, you know what? I'll let everyone else do it.
And I think that's the reason why it could have been turned a lot of people off from it, is just for that reason, because it's like it is so expensive. So, but you get it because it's like the makeup's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
The great job to the team who's doing it, because like obviously you're getting pros in there to do it, and that's why it is so expensive. But it is $65 or 125 depending on if you're doing half face or full face for full. It makes sense. So either way, April 7th we got that. But Tribute Store open in Hollywood. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We love it.
Fantastic.
It's perfect. We went there. I've been many times. I've walked through many times. I've made video on it. I've I've shown my appreciation for the Tribute Store,
Such a nice
and
store.
the Tribute Store has shown its appreciation of me. So that's a fun time. And Tribute Store, and I guess the thing next to the Tribute Store, we talked about DreamWorks opening in summer. Mel's. What's happening with Mel's? Still closed.
Honestly, weird. So we just got Circus McGurkus open, which we'll talk about after this.
Mhm.
But Circus McGurkus just reopened, and everything's different. Not really, but almost. I think they're doing the
Yeah.
same thing with Mel's.
Hmm.
And I
I
wonder
think
if
so too.
that's what's taking so long, if they're trying to find a new way to rearrange everything, if they're maybe redoing the floor, if they're maybe fixing the things on the walls, repainting the
Hmm.
building. There's a lot of things that could be, in fact, like in turn, that's making it take so long. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it's been closed since Horror Nights, right? Before Horror Nights?
It was closed when Minions opened in June. It
Yeah,
was closed around that same time. It's been almost a year since
that's
it's been
crazy.
closed.
That's crazy
Well,
because
not almost a year, but
you,
six,
you
seven
look at,
months.
for example, Circus McGurkus, it closed in November,
Yeah,
October.
it closed before Grinch because they moved the Grinch breakfast to Visco
Yeah,
at
so
the
it
front.
closed, I would say October then. It would close in October,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
reopened now in February, which is a way
yeah.
smaller window. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's taking so
Well,
long.
I'll start to say, and we'll talk about again. I'll talk specifics about Circus McGurkus later because I did go. Just happened to be in the park and it reopened. I had a feeling. Actually, it was weird. I had like a like a That's So Raven vision of me eating at Circus McGurkus. I was like, you know what? Last time I did this, I was just at the park filming random updates. Minions soft opened, and I was there for that. And it was totally not like a that's a lie. I think that one I knew about beforehand, but like I was like, it's a random Saturday. The menus are up, the mobile window's up. It's opening. Like it has to be opening today. And sure enough, it did. Anyway, what they did with Circus McGurkus is if they were to do the same thing with Mel's, in my opinion, needed a lot more help in terms of like the upholstery needed to be completely fit. All the tables, because I mean, the Mel's has been, I'm guessing, the same restaurant since 1990. So what,
I don't
almost
think it's
35 years.
yeah.
So they haven't really, I don't think they've really touched up any of the furniture, any of the tables, any of the flooring. So I'm sure that part of it, but also rearranging it to possibly incorporate mobile ordering like they're doing with Circus McGurkus, and like that seems like the new wave. So Mel's, I think Mel's, and of course, like that's not even incorporating a new menu. That's just saying if they were to reopen it the exact same as it was before. But I do think there was a lot more to be done with Mel's than with Circus McGurkus. But what they did with Circus McGurkus, what that I loved was that they cleaned up all the thing. Like they made it feel fresh. It felt new. The lighting was different. The sort of arrangement was different. There's a lot more theming in there. So I'm hoping with Mel's, maybe they incorporate some new theming and they don't strictly go on the American Graffiti theming from the 90s.
That'd be nice.
Put some Vamp 55 Easter eggs in there.
Just put a picture up from the parade float, like the big parade float in the center from Vamp. Just
Yeah,
put that on the
put a
wall.
pennant that's the Suns or the what was the other one? What was the other team was like beat, beat the Vamp like the Bats? Wasn't the Bats like the
Bats,
other team?
bats. Yeah, it was the
So it
bats
was
and the
like beat it's like stake the Bats or something like that. It was like a really clever pun on the it's like signs.
I think it was stake the bats or beat the bats. I don't remember.
Stake the Bats. But yeah, like put I don't know. That's totally wishful thinking. But like that'd be so fun. Anyway.
But how was your experience at Circus McGurkus though?
It was good. So I guess yeah, we could just pivot to Circus McGurkus.
Yeah.
So I went at um I think like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just because that's how I happened to go there. I was like, oh well, I'll go. Dude, like half the place was empty, which was really weird for being like the reopening day, and it was Saturday, like for it being like that. So what that tells me, they added a lot more seating. They did. I mean, the whole back area, which used to be the checkout sort of counter where you'd order, is all new seating. It's all themed to If I Ran the Circus, so it's all circus themed back there. They have all these cool new statues and wall graphics and stuff. It's really nice. They added a lot of new wall graphics. All the sort of circus car like theming on the sides. That's all been repainted, approach. It looks fresh. It looks new. All the lighting's new. A lot of the same, like it's like the middle centerpiece with the sort of Horton elephants and the trapeze. That's all there. It's all the same. But yeah, so it's bigger and they have mobile ordering. So it makes it so we can get in there. I mean, I got in, was able to sit at a table and got my food pretty much within 10 minutes. It was very, very quick. And I got the Magician's Meatball Cone. Yep, you have it pulled up. Magician's Meatball Cone and the green eggs and ham cheesecake. And let me start with the presentation. Is great. It's like very much like Minions. I feel like this place is going to be almost like the Minions of Islands of Adventure. I think Minions is a little better. It's got a little more variety with the food options, in my opinion. I only ate those two things. I know I actually caught up with Tyler from the Pew 2, and they said they were going all in. So, and they said a lot of the stuff was very good. So I'll trust their judgment over whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just ate the one thing, and the Magician's Meatball Cone, I was expecting it to be like the Meatball Mountain from Minions, and I think that kind of set my expectations a little too high, personally, because I love the Meatball Mountain. I've only gotten it once, but it was great. But this is not, I wouldn't say it's as good as Meatball Mountain, but it's good. It's very comparable. It's something you can split because I couldn't finish it. It's very big. Like, there's a lot of food there. So if you're someone who's worried about portion sizes and the price, I mean, I felt like the price was pretty good for what you actually got. And then the green eggs and ham cheesecake, beautiful. It looks like it was literally pulled off the page from the book,
Mm.
like with shading, like shading. And okay, this is gonna be a dumb little thing. So in the book, right, you see it on the plate and you see it has this little black fork on it. Like that's how it looks in the book. Like I said, it looks as if you took a snapshot from the book. So I'm getting, so I got this cake and I was eating it and I wasn't like filming, any kind of, I was gonna film afterwards, because I don't like to film myself eating. That's just a personal thing. But sorry, sorry. Oh, this is my thing. I don't do food reviews normally. But the green eggs and ham. So I had this little black fork. So I took the black fork out and I started eating with it. And I was like, damn, this fork is really small. And I realized I was like, this is just a decorative fork that's done to make it look like the thing. I shouldn't really be. I mean, you can eat with it. It's not like you can't. But I could have been eating with the regular fork the whole time. And I got about halfway, like not halfway through, I got like about a quarter of the way through. I'm like, this is gonna take me forever if I keep eating with this little fork that the thing is this big. So yeah, that was a good time. And yeah, I mean overall it was pretty good. I know one of the items they have a corn dog that's exclusive to the mobile window, so pay attention to that mobile window if you're interested in that. It's not available inside. But overall, I think if they keep doing stuff like this, do it with Mouse, do a new menu like that, maybe not the same food, but like a new menu, new seating, revamp, and then do it with all the restaurants. Louis.
I was
I
gonna say,
love Louis, but
I was about to ask you, what do you
money.
think would be the next restaurant to get this big change? Because it looks like Universal
Louis.
slowly converting everything to mobile ordering, and of course,
Uh-huh.
Menu Cafe was the catalyst. So it goes
Mm-hmm.
Minions, Circus McGurkus, obviously Mel's.
Mel's.
We have Louis, we have
Louis.
Cafe Four, we have
Ooh.
um
Ooh. Captain America Diner too. That's
Captain America Diner, and then there's one more. It's Olive, but I don't think this is gonna change for now. Springfield, Fast Food Boulevard.
mm, see, okay. And this is my I think we're gonna get I think Louis is next. If we're being honest. I think Louis is next
I think they'll
because
save Louis for after Horror Nights.
true. True, true, true. Maybe well, no, because I was gonna say also Richter's, but Richter's they'll want to keep for Horror Nights too, because that's a Stay and
Oh,
Scream location.
forgot about Richters.
Richter's. But Richter's and Louis, I think, are the next to get it at Universal eventually after Horror Nights, maybe in this like Christmas time period, whatever. And then we can have or I mean, I guess Louis has the pizza fries, right? But I'm just thinking like, would they need to keep it open for Horror Nights? I mean, I guess, like I said, pizza fries, but there's not really any other, they don't do character dining. I mean, if they bring it back, then I would understand, but they don't have character dining there anymore.
Unless they move character dining to Mel's.
You read my mind. I literally was gonna say that. Please move it to Mel's.
Because well,
Make it the die-in.
if they're redoing everything and there's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be more seating and there's gonna be a lot more space, I don't see why they don't just move character dining here. As to it's already changed over for Horror Nights. It has the die-in instead of the dine-in. So it's like, mm,
Oh,
it right itself.
please.
Like, give us character dining again and put it there. Like, we loved it when it was in Monsters. It was fantastic.
Of course. I never got to do it. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's not your fault specifically. It's just,
I've only done it once, and that one time it was back in 2019. No,
wow.
2018, and
Mm,
it was the only reason I did it is because Sam was there. That's it.
mm. I'm kind of mad I didn't do it in 2022, knowing that it's not here. Like, well, and I feel like character dining last year would have gone so crazy. Oddfellow, Stranger Things, Dueling Dragons. You can have Merlin walking around. Like,
Oh my, imagine,
anyway,
imagine meeting
anyway.
Merlin as you're eating. You're just like
Yeah. Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
you're eating some pasta, and he's like, "Traveler."
Yeah, he hits you with the he is it it's if you have like let's say you got like some like gelato and then you have a um I don't know some like pastas like oh fire and ice like like you have something kind of fun there. I don't know. That might be a little too cheesy for Horror Nights, but you but yeah, no, like doing character dining at Mel's would be so fun. Make it, you could like put up, you could almost treat it like, do it like Sweet Revenge, where it has all like the vintage Halloween decorations all around, like the pumpkin, like the wall decorations and like streamers and things, like just like you could decorate it like that. And then of course have your photo ops in the back, in that little back corner. You go past the freestyle machines, turn
Mhm.
right, that back corner, you can put your photo ops back there. Your like stationary ones. Anyway, this is not about character dining necessarily. This is about what restaurants need to
Next.
change. And I think Marvel needs to, but that's tricky though, because a
Yeah,
lot of
'cause
these are adding new theming and they can't really do much.
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure if they just facelift what they have already, which is what they've been doing all over the place, because
Yeah, sure.
they did the new snack booth that has the
That's true.
Hobgoblin's bomb. They can honestly just retheme it and have essentially the same thing, but
hmm
convert it over to like
Make it a little better.
a little better. Look nicer. Maybe add
Yeah, I
some
mean, it's, yeah. You said
I was
maybe
like
add some what?
maybe add some like window art on the outside. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I mean, I think honestly, Captain America Diners, it's really Captain America Diner is just like the food that needs to be, and the atmosphere. Like for me, Cafe 4, I don't go to Cafe 4. I've only been maybe one time. Sorry, sorry. Well, half the time they're also doing the character dining too. So
Yeah.
that would have to change if they were to close Cafe 4 for an extended period. Move your character dining to Captain America or just suspend the program. But I think and I think Captain America is way too small for character dining, this personally. But I think those two desperately need something. But also, like I think with Mel's light bulb.
I forgot a place. Toon Lagoon.
Oh, comic strip.
Okay.
I think. Well, they just got a fairly new menu not too long ago
Yeah,
with the ramen. With the ramen,
that's true.
I've never had that, but
Didn't even-
I don't really go. If I'm going to Toon Lagoon, I'm going to Wimpy's. Sorry, y'all.
Go to
Peace
the
out,
drive-thru.
not Wimpy. You know what? There you go. That's Toon Lagoon has good options, but I think because like Blondie's is not that big enough. Like it's not big enough to really warrant a
Still fine.
closure. Yeah, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. Like they need to have balance. I think the last thing I want to say about the restaurants is they need to have a balance between like Mel's still, I feel like you can have new food, but you also still need to have burgers and chicken nuggets and a couple of the
I feel like they're not
basics.
getting rid of the burgers at all. Like it's an
No.
American staple. So I can honestly, it's gonna sound really stupid. I can see them adding a specialty hot dog here.
Yeah, or maybe a specialty burger, like how Richter's has the mushroom Swiss, like something like that, where it's like the Mel's burger and it's like its own, maybe it's got special sauce on it or something like that. But like, yeah, you gotta keep it like the same, like because Universal, okay, if you're going with let's say kids or just picky eaters in general, like you can go Mel's is usually go to or Simpsons because Simpsons got the variety,
Yeah.
right? And I think with Simpsons being up in the air, let's just say that what's going to happen with the Simpsons in the future. I don't see them putting a lot of money into revamping that restaurant because if it's eventually going to get rethemed or what have you, that's just my thought process. And I think it's a pain when you're there and it's like summer and the lines outside, but then you just don't go to Simpsons at that point.
Yeah. You just go to the random
I
corner
like it,
and get a hot dog. That's it.
or get a taco at Bumblebee Man Tacos.
That's slept on. I think that's one of the best like items to have in the park during a regular park
I,
day when there's no events going on.
I've never had them because I just never, it's one of those things that I need to be better about. Like, because a lot of the times when I go to the park, I usually go to the same places, or it's like Mardi Gras or Horror Nights where I'm like, okay, well, I want to try specialty food. I'm not trying to eat like the regular places. But like, it's like the same thing. And Green Eggs and Ham too is like always closes so early. Whenever I'm there, it always ends up being closed. So I'm like, okay, I always want to try
I
it
love
then.
Green Egg and Ham. I remember when I went a few years ago, I just randomly decided to go to Universal, and I walk into the park and I turn to the right and it opened for the first time, and I was like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
of course you got to see it because if
I'm
it's
gonna
the
try
first
it.
time opening,
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna try it. I haven't seen this open ever in my life, but It's fun. I like experiences like that, like you with Minions and with Circus McGurkus.
Yeah, just like saying like, "Hey, Minions was wild because it was like I remember going to Universal and I could just see the horde of cameras and phones and all this stuff. You know, people that run accounts and run. And I didn't film that day. I mean, I filmed some B-roll, but I didn't film like a vlog or anything that day. So I was like, you know what? Everyone else is gonna have a vlog. It's fine.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm fine.
Any, anyways, is there anything else on? I'm trying to think if there's anything else on the docket that maybe I don't have that you have. That's like an update wise. DreamWorks, Circus McGurkus. I think we got most of everything. Well,
There's
okay, we can
now
talk about Mardi
beignets in
Gras.
Magic Kingdom. Oh,
Beignets. Well, I mean, it's close enough. It's close enough with beignets. You know, Mardi Gras. Like
yeah.
Mardi Gras has been
Mardi
going
Gras.
on for a week.
A week now. Yeah.
Week. So,
We
what do you
both
think
had
about Mardi
videos
Gras
out
this
on
year?
Mardi Gras. It was a fun time. It was a lot of
Mhm.
fun, actually. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed going
for
to
sure.
Mardi Gras altogether, whether I'm just eating food, having fun with friends, or just watching a parade. It's fun.
And you rode a float with
Oh yeah, with Chris and Eddie.
Friends of the channel, Zombie Chris and Entertainment,
Yeah,
friends of the show.
so much fun. Like riding a float is just a great experience. Like
Hmm.
you get to make someone else's day technically. Let's say there's a little kid there and he hasn't gotten any
Hmm.
beads. And you see him and you're just like, "Oh, hey bud, let me throw you a bead."
Ooh,
You throw him
get
a
some beads
bead.
on deck. I don't
And
have
then
any
he's
beads
like,
here.
"Ah." It's a nice feeling. It's a good warm feeling in your heart to make someone else feel amazing for 5 seconds. Even if someone else gives them beads afterwards, you made that kid's day for at least 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I feel like that you also get the satisfaction of you get to kind of you get to be in a parade, which is cool. But then
Yeah.
you also kind of get to see the park like you don't normally get to see it because you're up elevated above the streets. You see all the people, like going crazy. I feel like I've never done it, and I I'm trying to get on it this year. I'm trying to get on at some point. I'll finagle my way on a parade float some way this year, whether it's through a virtual queue, whether it's through me ignoring the no trespassing sign, employees only sign. I'm
What
kidding. I'm kidding.
employee?
I don't do that. Let's
We
not
don't
incriminate
condone that.
myself.
We do not condone
We
that.
don't condone that. It was a joke. That was a joke. But yeah, I'll find my way on a parade float sometime this year. Maybe.
No, I was think
Maybe.
it's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. Anyway, um, so yeah, Mardi Gras. So parade this year, all new. I mean, it's new every year, but really nice floats. What float did y'all ride on?
We were on the Tidal float, which is the second float that comes out. So first you have Riverboat, and then you have Tidal. Tidal's the one that has
Mm.
birds, the crew birds. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, it's the Crew of Dionysus one. Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
was
one we
just trying
did.
to remember what float you're talking about. Yeah.
We're on the second floor of it, which was different. I haven't been. Oh, have I? I don't remember. I don't know. It was my first time on that float specifically, but I love being on like a higher level on a float
Hmm.
because like on the bottom, that's fine. You're just chucking them right at people. But on the top, you can like universal cover your ears. You can launch beads all the way across. Like if I'm here and there's someone, let's say we're turning the corner to go, and there's the crepe stand all the way back there. I'm not throwing it at the crepe stand, but the crepe stand's all the way back there. There's a group of people, and then there's someone behind that group of people. That's like, if you're literally, I'm launching it your way, like
Launching. Well,
launching it.
okay. Uh, I think that should be fine. I don't think they would get mad because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to throw.
Yeah. Well,
Launch them, maybe not.
you're only allowed to throw them two ways. You're only allowed to throw them sideways or underhand.
Uh-huh.
That's how they want you to throw it, sideways or underhand. They don't
But you're
want.
doing
That's why I'm like launching it back here. That way it doesn't. They don't know where it came from.
Or you could always turn and do an underhand, but just go from the back. Because technically that's still underhand.
I'm just gonna throw an underhand like that from back, from
Or
behind.
you could, you could throw. That was my phone. You could move and throw anyway. Um, you know a lot more about the bead politics than I do,
Yeah.
but food wise, at Mardi Gras, what do you think? What do we think?
Um, I didn't try much.
Did you try anything outside of what we tried? Like
No, because I don't think I
outside of that?
when I went the next day when I went on Sunday, I just went to the
Mm-hmm.
I got off of work, drove there, got a reservation
Mm-hmm.
for the float, and just went and rode the float. That's literally
Mm-hmm.
all I did
So you
on
didn't
Sunday.
like do anything else? Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. Yeah, because I just had quesadilla, the
Mm-hmm.
churro,
Mm-hmm.
um, the waffles, the sweet and savory waffles.
Waffles. Yep.
Was there anything? What else was
Poutine.
and the
We
poutine?
got the poutine.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hmm. I'm
Your
a
first
fiend
true
for
poutine
poutine.
experience.
Yeah, because I had the fake poutine. No, no, it's not fake. But I had the Disney poutine with the gnocchi a couple days before that. So
Disney.
it's like it was a nice.
Love how you love how you describe it as the Disney poutine first. Before it's Noki poutine, it's the Disney poutine. That's how you know it's like, yeah, it's the Disney poutine. You know,
Disney
it
poutine.
is what it is.
No.
It is what it is.
I mean, it
Yeah, I
was
mean,
the food was good from what I had. It was a
yeah, I
nice
mean,
tray.
we all get the same thing. We all
Yeah,
sampled little
we all
bits, and
sampled off each other. We all love each other.
we all sampled off of that. So that was what I mean. And I got a few of the Blake staples. Fried green tomato po' boy is so good. It is
We
so
had
good.
we
That's
had
my
the
favorite thing.
king cake.
The mini king cake, which is so much better than having a huge king cake to carry around. You just it's you either eat it or you split it or whatever. Do not eat the baby.
Don't
Make
throw
sure
away
there's
your
you know there's
baby.
a baby in there. No baby. Like be careful. They had to tell me 4 times. Don't. It's not edible. So I was like, okay, it's okay, it's
I
okay.
wonder.
I understand.
I genuinely wonder if they've had an issue before.
They had to have had an issue because that's why they probably said you must not eat the baby. It's probably the reasoning why something must have happened last year, especially because they're like, yeah, last year we told people and dot dot dot. That was what I remember. Is like, okay, well, the dot 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 means something happened, so there's an
Yeah,
incident. Um, so yeah, and we already talked about Tribute Store very briefly, and yeah, Mardi Gras I think is just a good time. You know, it's gonna run for a long time. It's gonna run for what a month, another month almost because it's the end of well, no, a month and a half, I guess,
it
because
ends in April, right?
it's like April 7th,
Yeah,
I
we
think.
have concerts for another month.
Concerts for another month. Yeah, because last night was All American Rejects. That was insane. That was where the crowd was
Yeah,
when
I was at work.
a lot of people were like I know so many people that wanted to go or that were they like it was a popular show and you know I'm like it's not really my thing like that's it's cool for the people that wanted to go like I didn't stay for it. The only one I'm probably going to end up going to is probably Khaled,
Another one.
DJ Khaled, another one.
And I have a DJ Khaled bobblehead somewhere. I'm not gonna look for it now, but I have one somewhere. I met
Yeah,
him at a Marlins game.
nice.
Yeah. But here's my question for you. We're done with all our topics.
Yep.
How many theme park visits are you at so far?
Um, since last time, I believe I'm at. Let me look. I have to pick up my phone. Let me get my phone. Let me find my phone. Let me find the you. How about you? Let me know your theme
Okay.
park
All right.
visits
All right.
first,
So
and then
last
I'll
time I
get.
think I was just at two, which was just Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
Now we're at three, four, five, six, seven. And it's gonna be eight tonight. Because I'm going to Magic Kingdom tonight.
Ooh, what are you gonna do, Magic Kingdom tonight?
So I'm actually filming something that's really different that I've never done before. So tonight's Super Bowl Sunday, if you guys didn't know.
Mm,
I'm going to
yeah, it
film my
is.
experience at Magic Kingdom during Super Bowl Sunday. I've gone in the past for Super Bowl Sunday, and I've had a decent time, little to no waits for almost anything. And I want to see how it looks if I put this on video. That way I have this as a memory so I can be like, oh, hey, it was good. There was no one here.
Mm. Are you just going solo? Or are you going with Lexi? Or are you
And
just
Lexi.
Lexi? Nice,
She gets off of work in like 4 hours.
nice. You gotta count how many Kelsey shirts you see, how many Taylor Swift shirts you see.
That can add to it. Just how many
Take a
Travis Kelsey jerseys do I see?
how many Travis Kelsey jerseys or
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift slash Kelsey like shirts because they're making custom shirt like they have shirts made. So
Yeah.
like do like it's Magic Kingdom so you can't take any shots. But if you were to go to Epcot and take alcohol poisoning at that point. Um, but do like what I like for those who don't know, for Horror Nights last year, I started to get bored with how in the Stranger Things house there was no real Kate Bush in that house. So what I started doing, I kind of cursed myself. You put your finger up.
Yeah, there was
You
Kate
know,
Bush.
I'm it was, but it was very faint. Really, the only time I heard it, I'm being so real with you, was even on the because I like to wear headphones in the houses. I'm being so real with you. The only time I heard it was in the video POVs. That was the only time I ever heard that I could believe that it actually was in there. So I started listening to Running Up the Hill in the queue for that house, and it started to become a thing that I would do on Instagram. And I'm gonna do it again this year with whatever houses they have. I'm gonna not Kate Bush, but another song. I'm gonna do a
Just
one
Kate
song
Bush.
challenge. No,
Just
I'm
keep
not
it as
doing
Kate
it.
Bush.
I think the max I got one time was like almost 20 runs of Kate Bush,
Mm.
and like my longest, so like 13, like 12, 13. It
And
was
that,
it
that's
was like
a 4 minute
crazy.
song, right?
It's a 5 minute song, just about. So the longest I waited, I mean, I didn't wait super long time in the house, but
Yeah.
what I what my point is, I did a Bush counter on my Instagram. You got to do a Kelsey counter in the video.
I'll see what happens. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can.
See what you can do. See what you can cook. But so you said Magic Kingdom tonight. So I'm at one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Nine. I'm at
Ooh,
nine because I did both parks yesterday. And the last time I did, well, the last time yeah, because I did Universal for Mardi Gras last weekend. And then I did both parks yesterday.
okay.
So I'm at nine if we're counting. And my next park visit will be Hollywood. I mean, my next park visit will be Saturday, next Saturday. So,
If they
so
have a map,
that'll
bring me
be
a map.
they. I don't think they even do maps out there.
I don't think they do. I have a map from a friend of mine went years ago, and he brought me a map. And I think that's one of the last years they did maps.
I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't even know. Like even before Universal Orlando dropped the paper maps, I don't even know if Hollywood's done. Because like I'm thinking about like Horror Night. Like I don't remember. Like I know in what 2018,
Hollywood
2019
has
they
maps.
had
Hollywood has
they have
maps.
Horror Nights maps.
They've had Hollywood, though. I don't know if they've had Horror Nights maps over there now, like as in
Mhm.
like recently, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I will collect a map, and hopefully, I will bring you back one of the 1 year Nintendo World buttons if I can get multiple. Because I know they're giving them out, but I don't know if I can get multiple of them.
Just be like, hey, can I get another one?
Hey, like, hey, like I'm trying to line my lanyard with top to bottom, so the same button. So can we do
Just,
that?
just one up. Just one up buttons. Thank you so much.
I'm so I'm nervous because that the power up band is gonna be like because it's like doing a gold power up band for the 1 year anniversary, and it's that day. So
You're gonna get it.
oh, I'm gonna have to get it. I mean, I was gonna get a power band anyway. So I was like, damn, I really wanted the Toad one. So I was like, now I'm at a dilemma, but I'm like, I kind of have to get the gold one because
It's the one. It's that one. It's that
it's the
guy.
one, and I'm keeping the box. Like that's
Yeah.
being kept in box and being preserved. Like that'll just be on the shelf back there. Need not back in the building back here. No, there's a shelf behind me, but it's not in my background.
It's inside that door, actually, right behind him.
It's a yeah. If you just open the door, there's a shelf with all kinds of little accessories
Goodies.
theme park from my theme park visits anyway. But yeah, we're headed out Friday. We'll fly out Friday morning, and saturday Saturday's the day, so
That means when you come
follow.
back, our next
Mhm.
podcast episode, we can talk about your experience over there.
I'm gonna and I might be I might be hopping on Barrel House Boys and posting stories and stuff. Maybe we'll see.
Ooh. Stay tuned to our
We'll
Instagram. If
see.
you guys aren't following us on social media, go ahead and do so. We're on X.
Instagram and
Last time
X.
I didn't think we were on X. Oh, sorry. Uh,
Mhm. Instagram's where we're really at, though. That's where it's really
yeah,
happening.
that's where we're doing everything. Twitter, we're still trying to figure it out. We've only put up one post, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it's honestly it or you could just follow. I mean, I'm on Twitter all the time. So like
Yeah.
that is I am a chronic tweeter, so or an Xer or whatever. I'm on there. I'm
No,
on there too much probably.
I retweet way too much. That's what I do. I barely
Yeah,
tweet.
you retweet. I'll be sitting at midnight thinking about things, and I'll be like, I made a tweet at like 1 a.m. about the Haunted Mansion grandfather clock. I was like, damn, this is hitting right now.
Catch me at midnight.
Catch me catch me at midnight. Midnight tweets, or I'll be offering some weird hot take that doesn't even matter for just useless. It might not even be a hot take as if it doesn't matter then. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I think I think that's it. I think that's
I
all we
think we
got.
got everything. I think this is a solid episode. I think we've shown y'all a lot. We talked
Hmm.
about Mardi Gras. We talked about Epic Universe. We talked about the restaurants at Universal,
Hmm. DreamWorks,
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks, and Monsters Makeover.
Exactly. So if you guys enjoyed this video, well, podcast,
Mhm.
don't
Yes.
forget to
Yeah. Thumbs up, down, typing, clicking,
subscribe.
buttons, subscribe.
And with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed today, and we'll
Mhm.
see you guys soon.
Very soon.